let's take a look at reduce. Reduce is an interesting method. It applies a function against an accumulator and each value of the array from left to right to reduce it to a single value. You can think of it as, in this case, a way to get the sum of something, maybe a bunch of numbers. So let's say this could be perhaps different costs one could pay for. Maybe it could be subscriptions, Netflix, I don't know, Pandora, and a bunch of other values. So you can think of the reduce as a way of trying to combine a series of values. Now take a look at 12, 34, 54, and 67. And imagine you're told to get the sum of this, right? And one option or one route is getting the total sum, or in this case, let's just give it the variable sum, setting it to 0, and looping. Yeah, so this loop here could be used to get us the sum. So let's get this logged. So we get a value of 167 as the total here. Now, how might we do this with reduce? So let's first comment this out so that you can see it from a perspective. And let's use reduce. Now, if we go back into the sample code or examples here, we can see that reduce kind of looks like this. So we have a bunch of values. We need to set its previous value, current value, and do some really cool things. So let's head back over here and let's type for sum equals costs.reduce. And like filter and map before, this takes a callback function, and this callback function has the first value of it being set to, so we have the previous value and the potential next value, and all these gets added together. So we can say return previous val plus next potential value. And when we run our code, we get the same value, 167. Now, I'm going to ask you to do a simple assignment whereby I have a bunch of values as objects that say a godfather is supposed to inherit, when he gets his turf or a territory. So let's try that. So let's say we have godfather inheritance, and what we'll have is an array of objects, and this object could just have a bunch of values, maybe 30, 40. So I'll do this. I will get here, go in here, say that I want a sum of godfather inheritance. Then I have reduce. Reduce takes in a function callback, and I'll have its previous values and the next value. And what I will do is I'll return a plus b. There is another option, or a default value that you're supposed to pass in as a third parameter to this, as a second parameter to this callback here. So when we try to run it, we will get this weird thing here, object, object, object. So that means we have to get our value. This would be the previous value, which is set to this first thing, 0. And we have to get our, let's call this the value object. and we shall get its value. And let's replace b with value object. So this one, for example, could be the proverbial sum or the total value that ideally is picked up from here. So when we save and run, we get 90. So watch out for the quiz question. It's just going to be a variant of this, and I hope this helps you guys out. Thank you.